Good evening and welcome. Tonight we'll be going over the history and geography of Barakna in Mauritania. Now, tonight is a tablet only episode, and it's not because my map is really bad. I actually have a pretty good map of this region. It's kind of unfortunate we're not using it tonight. It is mainly because I didn't really find a lot of information on the history of this region, so I thought as we're looking through, I'll tell you the little facts and things that I found about it. But what's neat, if you've seen some of my videos before, you know that when we're talking about Africa, a lot of regions of Africa just don't really have any pictures, or if they do, they're not very good pictures. They're not really showing this place, right? The place I'm talking about. But this place does. This is I was so surprised. I was expecting to fill the time with a book about the Sahara or maybe make another soundscape. But I was going through all the towns and they all have slideshows of things that are relevant. That's amazing. So, great job, Barakna region. I'm so excited to show you. But let's start by zooming out so you can see exactly where we are in the world. Where is Mauritania if you've never heard of it? Here, it's kind of hard to see with the desert, but here's Mauritania over here in Western Africa. And as you can see, most of Mauritania lies within the Sahara Desert. If I zoom out more, you can see West Africa over here and all of the big, beautiful Sahara Desert here. So we are down here in the south of the country, actually bordering Senegal over here, and here you can see all this green here is the Senegal River that Senegal's named after. So most people who live in this region live along the river. You can see all the towns popping up. There's lots of farmland there as well. It's quite lush, especially compared to like this, right? Yeah, it's mostly desert. But like I said before, we talked about the Sahara. I think it's just the most beautiful landscape. Like, look at all of this, like, scraping across. All of this just, it's so neat. It's so textured. So cool. But let's start over here in the capital city, Alleg. You can see nearby is actually a big freshwater lake, Lake Alleg. I wonder if this is like fresh water from underground that bubbled up, because you can see how it rises and falls, right? Sometimes it's really massive, and you can see in the time of this photograph, not so much, but you can see all of the wetland around it. Or maybe it's part of a different time when the Sahara was green and there were lakes all throughout. Once upon a time. I wonder if it's managed to stick around since then. But here is a lake. Now, the only history that I found about Alleg was more recently. Look at this. Just incredible. Look at all the camels. The town's been around for a while, I'm sure pre-French colonization of French West Africa. But most of the people that lived in this region were nomadic, moving throughout the desert, going from oasis to oasis, right? Post-independence in Mauritania in the 1970s, oh, this isn't relevant, it was not a great place to be. It was very unstable, that's the word I'm looking for, unstable politically, and there's also a very large drought. So many Mauritanians actually moved from the city, which is Nouakchott, over here, it's the capital city, and moved to Alleg. So the population here boomed in the 1970s and still very large for this region today. Like, look at me, like, zoom in. I love zooming in on houses and neighborhoods. It's pretty sprawling, isn't it? For a Sahara town, it's quite big and thriving. Oop, then we get into, oh no, what's all this? The school, maybe? I'm not sure. There's a hotel out there, it says. But yeah, pretty neat. Also, you can see this road cutting through here, right? When Mauritania became independent, pretty much had very little infrastructure. So this road was actually built by the Emiratis. They came with their copious amounts of money to help out this country. And this road is nicknamed the Road of Hope. It's very kind of them to construct this road for the people here, to help them out, to connect all of the major centers, not just in this region, but throughout Mauritania. I saw a campsite pop up here in this marshy area. Over here, let's see if this has a slideshow. Yeah, see, all the places here have slideshows. It's just one picture, but look at that. Wow. This landscape, the sky must be massive, right? I think I saw some photos in, I think, some towns more in the north that you could see like sandstorms in the distance. Very intimidating, but very cool picture. Maybe we'll find it. But that is Alec. And that's pretty much all the history that I've got for you, to be honest. Not a lot has happened in this area. There's another campground. There's no pictures though, that's unfortunate. But let's go look at the river before we look at this beautiful desert. Oh my gosh, look at the streaks here. From just thousands, probably, of years of wind just blowing in this direction, creating this amazing landscape here. Isn't that awesome? I'm going to put the borders back up just to make sure we don't go too far left or right to a different region, or even wind up in Senegal if we're not careful. Normally would be a very cool thing, but we're not going to Senegal today. Let's find a town. Here's Bouquet. And look at this mosque. It looks like a castle. Is this a mosque? Maybe it is a castle. I don't know. I saw the towers and I just thought mosque, but now that I look at it, maybe that's just a private home. Beautiful boat here on the river. With the, you see the sun they're setting in the background? So pretty. Looks like they're fishing there. There's the town. Thriving area. This is exciting because usually when I find a town that I want to talk about in Africa, it's just people's selfies or pictures of like construction of like a house. Like here's a plant, like pictures like that. Like pictures are alright, but they're not relevant. Like I can see him casting out a fishing net there. Beautiful orchards here. What do you think is growing here? I'm not sure. I want to say dates, but those don't look like date palms. They're playing some football here. Love that. Oh, a little market area there. People selling their the fruits by the looks of it. There's some sweet goats under the tree. And what are these? They look like limes. I wonder. That's not nearby, surely. But yeah. How neat is that? A whole little slideshow, and almost all the pictures are relevant. Isn't that awesome? But yeah, if you look close, you can kind of see all of the beautiful trees growing, something that you don't often see in the Sahara. Here's some kind of allotment for farming. Looks like it's all picked over, though, when this picture was taken. Or maybe it's under construction. Look how huge it is. Hold on, wait a minute. This is massive. Wow. Goodness, it's gigantic. What is this? Does this have a slideshow? I don't think so, because there's nothing there right now. I wonder what that is. It looks like if it's this big, maybe it's construction for a town. There's some settlements over here. What's this garden? Oh, darn. Down there you can see all the mosques and schools. But there's the Senegal River. Let's find another town to look at. Cruising along. Look at all this. Interesting, interesting, interesting. Let me get the borders back up just in case. Oh, but you know what else I saw? I'll zoom back in, just make sure that we're still good. You can see the Oxbow Lakes from the Senegal River. I would have never thought the Senegal River had oxbows, but you can even see where like dried up oxbows. That one's still pretty wet. How interesting is that? And look how lush and green. We've got some, so you look here, they are all grown in. These are still green in this photo. Yeah, they're farms. They're gigantic farms. Can you believe? Oh, this is in the middle. Beautiful river. Flowing on through one of the mighty rivers of West Africa. There's quite a lot of them. Look at all of this. It's all tracts of farmland. Pretty remarkable. Look at all of that. I didn't notice that when I was last looking here. I was looking at all the Oxbow Lakes. I didn't zoom in close enough to look at the farmland. Let's find another town. Zoom back out. There we go. Let's head over here. This one's called Tessem. See the oxbow right there? How cool is that? Alright, what are we farming here? Maybe rice? Or something. But anyway, I thought there's another town I wanted to show you. There's a hotel, it says. What is over here? Forêt Louboudou? Wow, that's a beautiful photo. Wait, oh no, it's doing the thing. Hold on. One moment. One moment. Does this thing where Google Earth just crashes, but then it takes me right back where I was. The Forêt. Yeah, do you see all this? There is a forest here. In the desert. Look at these beautiful trees, all twisty. All tangled. Oh, this one fell over. That one's having a hard time, but look how beautiful. Oh, that shade must feel incredible, especially along the river. Look at all their goats. Enjoying the trees, enjoying the shade. Look at all of this. This looks like the river flowed through here once upon a time. It looks like it was all muddy. How beautiful. And this place really surprises me. Hey, all the fams here. How amazing. And what an incredible little corner of this country that when I think of it, I just think of sand. There, it's very vibrant and rich in plant life, farming. Really remarkable. That being said, let's head to the desert. Let's see what we can find up in the sands here. Look at this. The Sahara is so beautiful. Look at all of this. Just sand dunes. Sand dunes forever and ever. And cool rocks too, poking out from the sand. What's this? Oh wow, they're having a picnic here. This oasis. Look, after it's happening, so they're planting trees. They're trying to stop the desertification. That's wonderful. There's a town here by the looks of it. Some kind of settlement. They've got mosques, they've got hotels. My tummy's rumbling. This is a park, it says. Maybe the mosque has a slideshow. Look at that. Look at this. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed with this landscape. What a color. Have you ever seen anything more orange that's this natural? Right? That's not like a Crayola crayon. And look, it's raining in the distance. It's so beautiful. Look at this mosque. That's remarkable. Big minaret here, and you can see that it's stained orange from all the sand blowing up against it. That is so amazing. Wow, look at it. It looks like a farm. But it's a mosque out there in the desert. That is so pretty. The Sahara is a special place. It says this is another park. Do you think it has a slideshow? It does. Oh, we just looked at that. That was the same park we just looked at. That's right, that's right. Ooh, look at all this rock here. Or sand, I should say. That's all sand. There's another mosque out here in the middle of nowhere. Oh, that's in the next area, but this isn't. Oh, but there's no slideshow. That would be this one. Look at that sand. Oh my gosh. Just the one. But look at that mosque. Also all orange. Remarkable. Let's take a look. And I assume this town is called Saint-Grave. Guessing it's a French name. It says this is a park. No photos. Let me get the town back up. Saint-Grave, I think. Yeah, look how pretty. The sky is so blue. These are dates for sure, right? I'm guessing. That's rice, for sure. Big town there. Look how pretty. Look at that sunset. Look at those colors. And wow, this looks like a reservoir or dam, maybe. Can we see from above where that is? I'm not sure what's this, though. And that must be it. Wow. Very pretty. Little oasis. Yeah, but it must be what all these parks are, right? They must be oases. Look at all this, all stained dark. Why is it so dark here? Is it just a massive oasis? I wonder. It's like a smudge in the desert. Let's get the borders back up and find another place to look at. We're just playing around today. Let's go down here. Let's see what else we can find. There's more towns. I found more slideshows. I just don't remember where they are. What is this? A fort. Oh, it's too bad it has no pictures. But here's a town with no pictures. That's too bad. What is this? Another big lake. Looks maybe like they've dammed it up too. Mall Seasonal Lake. Oh, they've got their tea out here by the rice field. Oh, look, the cows are splashing around in the water. So great. Wow. Yeah, they're loving it. Look at this. And there's another mosque. I just realized I got to be careful tapping mosques. They got their picnic here. Because Google Earth's going to think that all I want to see are religious buildings and that's all it's going to highlight. I'm still trying to make it think that I don't want to see cemeteries all the time. I mean, normally it would be fine, but Makhtalajar. This name popped up a lot when I was researching, but I couldn't find anything about it. I just remember that name because I thought it was so beautiful. It sounds like a fairy tale name. Makhtalajar. But, yeah, Google Earth's having a hard time with it too. You can see all of these spider veins here. Look at that. Previous rivers, right? Flowing through. What used to be water once upon a time. Maybe during a very rainy season it floods with water. But doesn't it look like a brain? Doesn't it look like nerves in the body? Almost like lightning too. And Mother Nature copies herself over and over. Do we look at this? No. Barrage de Tortuguel. Not sure what that means, but look at it from above. Isn't that gorgeous? Just flat landscape as far as the eye can see. A little marsh there. We saw that picture. A little community right there. Wow. There's the cows again. And the cows love the water. Yeah, they've got irrigation going on. That's fantastic. Oh, he's pouring the chai in there. Careful, it's a very tiny cup. I don't want you to spill it. And they definitely have a reservoir here, which is a very good thing in the desert. Look at this tree in the water. I must show you how rainy and wet it was at that time. Because I bet you in the dry season, this is just a normal tree in the ground, right? But today it's all flooded. All rushing water there. A barrage, now it makes sense. The barrage of water. Look at all that. There's mall. That also came up in my research. We got some rice. They got just some stunning, beautiful landscapes. A little marshy as well. Oh, look at the stars. Oh my gosh. Absolutely stunning. There's the sandstorm. Do you see all the dust gathering? Why is it that when a storm is on the horizon, everything seems brighter? Have you experienced that? I've noticed that like when there's dark clouds on the horizon, when the sun's still out, the clouds haven't reached you yet, everything seems twice as bright. Look at the cows there in the field. Why is that? Can some science person explain that to me? Or is that just me? There's the town. Oh, look how lush and green it is. Good harvest there of the rice. The sky goes on forever and ever and ever. What a remarkable place. And now I bet you that people who live here, or people who live in places like this, are like, this place is actually really boring. So they're a barrage. No pictures. It's just farms and sand and just nothing, right? But I think it's beautiful. If you live in a place like this that's just nothing but farms and things, I think it's gorgeous, and I think that you should probably take some time to look around and appreciate your local landscape. Try to find some beauty in it. I bet you'll find something that you never noticed before. Everywhere is beautiful on this planet. Look at all this is barren Sahara. This is like the unforgiving desert out here where there's just literally nothing. Look at all the sand dunes. Gosh, what does this look like to you? Almost looks like chicken feathers to me. Or maybe even like alligator skin. Mother Nature repeats herself a lot. Then out here in the outskirts there, look at all the sand dunes. Absolutely gorgeous. Mauritania and Libya have like the most beautiful, and Algeria, most beautiful stretches of the Sahara, I think. I haven't really found a beautiful spot in Egypt's desert, sorry to say. Maybe I just haven't looked hard enough. But yeah, it's a special desert. There's just every kind of desert landscape here. But anyway, I am rambling. I challenge you to come here and find a slideshow I didn't find. Let me see this. Did we look at this? No, I don't think so. Well, let's end the video here. Little oasis. Thank you so much for watching. This is not like a typical video of mine. This is kind of a rare video. So, I would say if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. But I will tell you that tomorrow's video is going to be a more typical video of mine, because we're going to Germany. And we're going to see the opposite of this. We're going to see lush, beautiful imperial gardens and forests and rivers and things like that throughout Germany. So be sure to subscribe so you won't miss out. Just chilling on these cool rocks here. If you enjoyed this video, though, please give it a little thumbs up and Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Let's find one more site along the river. I feel like I found so many when I was researching this. There's Porque. There's a town right here. Park. But that's it. Nice houses. There's the town sign. And beautiful rain in the distance in the storm, isn't that? See, look how bright everything is when there's dark clouds in the distance. Is that just me, or has anyone else noticed that? Wait. What's that? Nothing. Okay. I hope that you found this video to be relaxing and educational. I hope you learned something. And I hope that you have a good